I guess traditionally I worked abstractly. From the very beginning, I didn't really understand abstraction. I was just going to do figure drawing, and that changed pretty fast. And then I went in straight into color field abstraction, abstract expressionism, that kind of stuff. And that kind of evolved into, I guess, what I call complexity painting, complexity art. Really working with systems and layers and interactivity, not interactivity with an audience, but sort of interactive elements within the piece. And I think with a kind of an idea of creating order out of chaos out of order, I should say, taking it the other way around. So trying to use kind of logical systems to create organic effects. My name is John Daly. Actually, my full name is Jonathan Daly, but John. I've been painting. I started art school when I was 17, so I've been painting for 20 years. I would say that's where my as a painter, that kind of began. So I could say about 20 years. Oils is my main medium. That's where my focus is. I think oils, they're a challenge, and there's so many things you can do, so many different effects you can achieve. And it also has a very rich history which you can play off of as well. And oils are a bit dangerous in a way too. I like that. I mean, visually dangerous. You can fall into the trap of enjoying the oils too much in a way. You can just take a bunch of oil and throw it down on something and slap it around a bit, and it's going to look fantastic. And then you don't want to do that. You want to be reserved and just let the best of them come out right when you want it. Just that little accent. So yeah, oils are tantalizing. I like them. When I really sort of developed as a painter, my big inspirations were actually, I think, the American school from in like the 40s and 50s, 60s. Abstract expressionism especially, but actually my biggest inspiration was Jean Dubuffet with his Art Brut approach. I think that's something that still carries over. But then also Buddhism was a big inspiration for me. I think that affects how I don't want to be specific about things. Like I want to fall, like I said, fall in between different categories and stuff. Kind of, the Buddhist idea that nothing is beautiful or disgusting in a way. It only is because of our relationship to it, and I think that affects me a lot as well. A sense of trying to sort of see what's interesting in everything, without being at that level of judging it. Another big influence was the Japanese woodcuts from the 16 to 1800s. Ever since I had that early onset of abstract expressionism, I've always felt like I have to sit down in front of the canvas and just let it happen. So I don't prepare. I prepare in my head, but I don't do drawings ahead of time. I never have visual references. It's got to just kind of come out. So it doesn't mean that obviously I have a lot of aesthetic ideas. That's quite apparent, but those are just a framework. I try to think as little as possible in a way. I set up a construct, almost like a machine for working, or maybe aesthetic parameters for everything to fall in. But what falls in, I try to just kind of be as organic as possible in that sense. In the most recent series, I was influenced a lot by the Northern Renaissance, the painting, especially from like Holland in the late 1400s, early 1500s, where they had it was kind of a halfway point between the medieval aesthetic and the sense of really looking at things and drawing from life. And so they sort of get it halfway right. And I find that period of painting just aesthetically captivating. I was really going for things you feel in your body. Like I said, I try to avoid thoughts. I try to avoid words, definitions. If I see two definitions, whatever painting I'm doing, I want to fall in between. Two-dimensional, three-dimensional, I want it somewhere in between. Is it full of color? Is it dead color? I want somewhere in between. Is it realistic? Is it abstract? I want somewhere in between. So I was really going with this last series with things you feel in the body, like I said, phobias, disgust, sexual lust, actually food, the other senses as well, olfactory. I think I tried to, without ever getting into specific references, sort of touch at things that people have a physical reaction to. And yeah.